Hello guys, it's WezTZK, and today I'm going to be doing a Call of Duty Zombies music tier list. This is for all the music from Kevin Sherwood, the one who produces the Call of Duty Zombies soundtracks, and Alina Siegman, who sings some of these. Most of this is like Easter egg music you get for like activating meteorites around the map, or like completing a certain quest. And it's all based on certain maps like King of the Tota and Shinonuma. And I've been a big fan of this music for a while. I really do like some of the music which Kevin produces. Brings me back to the old times of Zombies when things were a lot more simpler. And it's just creates an overall enjoying experience. So without further ado, let's get into it. So our first song is Dead Flowers, and this one is for the map Zetsubo no Shima. Yeah, I don't personally listen to Dead Flowers very much, but it is actually quite, and it's okay. It's okay, I don't listen to it that often. But it is not a bad soundtrack. Not bad at all. Next up, we have Ace of Spades, which was the intro music for Gorod Krovi. It's not really one which Kevin has produced, but it's still a decent soundtrack. It fits well with Gorod Krovi's theme, I feel, but it's not one of Kevin's music, but it's still a good song. Next up we have Dead Ended, and this is actually quite a decent song, although I don't listen to it very often. The lyric and the overall beat of the song are really good, really catchy, and it's definitely one of them songs that you can listen to over and over again. Next up, we have The Gift, which is from Revelations. I think this is the Easter egg song, and honestly, I'd say it's okay. It's not the best thing I've heard, but it's still quite a decent song. Don't get me wrong, it is good. Just because I put it in medium tier doesn't mean it's bad. I actually do quite like it, but there is other songs which I prefer. I don't really listen to this one as much, but it is still a good song. Alright, next up we have the song I Ran, and this isn't one of Kevin Sherwood's songs, but I think this is the song for the Zombie Chronicles trailer. It's not bad, but not my style of music. I much prefer something a bit heavier with a beat, but it is still quite a good song, and it does show off the Zombies remasters very well. Next up, we have Remember Forever, and this is yet again another Zombies Chronicles one, which I haven't heard personally. But looking at the music video for it on YouTube, yeah, I'd say it's good background music. It's not my kind of style of music. It's a bit too quiet and melody, but if you need something to relax to, or like something to study to, then Remember Forever would be quite a nice song to relax to. And it would be good background music if I was shooting a bunch of zombies on round 30, would help calm my nerves, but apart from that, it's just good background music. Next up, we have Black Ops 4 Zombies Damned, and this is literally a remake for Black Ops 4. This is literally the Zombies menu screen for Black Ops 4 Zombies. I actually quite like listening to this version of Damned on Black Ops 4 Zombies. And I know Black Ops 4 Zombies, it wasn't the best game mode in the world, but I gotta admit, the menu screen, the menu music for Black Ops 4 Zombies was actually quite nice. Next up we have Nos Fidelis from 9, and I actually quite like this soundtrack. It's a pretty catchy soundtrack. It really does make the gameplay more intense, and it feels like you're actually fighting in a battle, rather than just running around without music. I do quite like this one. Really does put you on your feet and just makes you feel under pressure. I do like it. Next up we have Mad Hatter from 9, and this is actually the trailer music, and I would say it's okay. It's not Avenged Sevenfold's one best soundtracks personally, but it is still quite a decent song, I'll give him that. Next up we have Drowning from Voyage of Despair, and I would say it's actually pretty damn good. It is a bit slow starting off because it's just vocals for the first 1 minute 30 seconds, and then when the guitar drops, that's when it gets good. My favourite part of this song is the guitar. It just sounds so good. But yeah, it is a little bit slow starting off. But when you do eventually get to the guitar part, that's when it just sounds so good. Next up, we have Where Are We Going 2018, and I'd say it's actually an okay song. It's a bit slow. It's a bit of a slow build-up for me personally, but it is actually quite a nice song. And although I'm not really a fan of Blood of the Dead, it is still quite a good song and probably one of the only things that makes the map actually good. Next up, we have the classified intro, and I assume that's the classified intro cinematic when they go from Shangri-La to the Pentagon. And I mean, it's good background music, nothing too interesting, it's just jazz and stuff, but yeah, it's alright, I guess. Next up, we have Shockwave from Classified, and this, I think, is the Easter egg song or something. I'm not too sure, but it is actually quite an okay song. I haven't listened to it very much because I don't really listen to any of the newer zombie songs. I'm more of a old zombie songs fan, like 115 and Abracadabra. I mispronounced that, but oh well. Yeah, so I like more of the older zombie songs, but this one actually isn't too bad, and I would listen to it when I have the chance. Alright, next up, we yet again have another Black Ops 4 Zombies map. This one is called Mystery, and honestly, I'll give it an okay map. It's got a good guitar riff to it, and, it's catchy, but like I said before, I'm not a big fan of the Black Ops 4 Zombies music. Because like I said before, I'm more of an old Zombies music fan. But it is still quite a nice song, and I'll probably listen to it again when I get the chance. But, yeah, it's not really my style. Alright, next up we have Stormbound from Ancient Evil, I think it is. And this song is actually probably one of the best ones out of all the Black Ops 4 ones, because it actually is quite catchy. And I would listen to this again. However, yeah, I don't listen to the newer zombie songs that often, but it is quite nice. It's got a nice beat to it, and it's got good timekeeping, etc. So it is quite a nice song. Yeah, I apologise, guys, if I'm just rushing through all of these songs. I've literally, as you can see, there's loads of them to get through. Like, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of these are just Moon, and I've got like 20 other songs I need to get through, so yeah, I would talk about these all day, but for the purpose of the video, I just want to get through these as quick as possible. Let's try not to rush through it. But as you can see, I do kind of have to rush because there is an absolute load of them. But anyway, our next song, I Am the Well. And honestly, I'd actually put this in pretty damn good. Like, it's a lot like Stormbound. It has like a nice beat to it, and it's really good to listen to when you're killing zombies on round 30, so yeah, I would actually give this a pretty darn good. Next up, we have A Light from the Shore from Tag der Toten, and I mean, it's good background music, I would say. The only problem I have with this is it doesn't have vocals for some reason, but it doesn't make much of a difference really. It's still quite a nice soundtrack. And despite it not being as good as the other Black Ops 4 Zombies music, I would still listen to it, and it'd be quite decent background music, actually. Next up, we have Echoes of the Damned, and honestly, I'd actually give this an okay tier. Like, it's got quite a nice beat to it, because I like how they've sort of taken the original Damned and like made it into like a beat kind of thing. Quite like that. Although it is a little bit slow building up, it's still quite a decent soundtrack. Alright, next up we have Alone, which is the Die Machine soundtrack. Honestly, I would give this a pretty damn good tier. In fact, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm putting this in absolute banger. This is honestly an absolute banger. Like, everything from the beat to the energy it provides, it's just such a good song. And I'm not normally impressed by the newer zombie songs, but this really does take the cake. Like, just everything from the beat to the energy it provides, it's just such an overall decent song. Next up we have Lost, and this is the Firebase Sea song. And honestly, I'd give it an okay tier. Not my kind of style of music personally. I prefer something a bit more heavier and with a beat, but I mean, it isn't bad, but it's just not my style of music. Not my taste personally. I know some people may actually enjoy this song, but me personally, it's just not my kind of thing. Alright, next up we have Amoeba, or however you're supposed to pronounce it, from, what's the map called again? Oh god, I've actually forgot it. Mauer de Toten, that's it. Yeah, some of the Cold War Zombies maps are a little bit forgettable, but yeah, I mean, this song, it's not from the actual producers of Cold War Zombies. This song already exists as something else. And, I mean, yeah, it's not bad. It is a pretty cool Easter egg you can find in the map, and it is quite a catchy song, so I'd probably give it an okay tier. Not really an official zombie song, but it is a pretty cool song you can find as an Easter egg. Next up we have Undone, and apparently this is the official Nakdo and Toten Easter egg song, which I actually didn't know about. But yeah, I'd honestly give it a good background music tier. There's no vocals, which I would much prefer, but then again, it does make some really good background music, so like I said before, if you want something to relax or listen to, then Undone will be quite a nice one. Oh, next up we have a really good song, Lullaby for a Dead Man. Yeah, this one deserves just an S tier, absolute banger. This one is just a classic. This is a classic zombie song. Ask anyone who's played zombies and they'll instantly think of Lullaby for a Dead Man. This song is just iconic in the zombies community. It really does bring you back to them good old days in zombies when things were much simpler and you could just enjoy it and have a good time. And it's just overall such a good song. Alright, and it looks like we're starting to get to all the decent songs now, because we've next up got The One. Which honestly, I love this song. It's probably one of my favourite COD Zombies songs. It's just got such a good beat to it, and the vocals are really good. It's one of them songs which is iconic and just brings back the nostalgia of zombies. Anyone who hears this song will instantly think of zombies, or if you ask anyone what their favourite zombie song is, they'll probably think of this. Next up we have Beauty of Annihilation, which is yet again another iconic zombie song. I really do like this song. It has a really nice beat to it. Everyone else really likes this song. Overall, it's just such a good song. And there's not really much you can really say that's wrong about it. It's just so iconic. Like, literally, you could ask anyone, you could ask anyone about a zombie song and they'll probably end up saying Beauty of Annihilation just because it's such an iconic zombie song. Next up, we have Damned from Black Ops 1. And, I think putting it in pretty damn good would be a bit too high, so I'll just say, I mean, I don't know. I'd say it's pretty damn good, actually. Just because it's the original Damned, and also it's heavily nostalgic and just brings back the memories of the old Zombies songs. The original Damned on Black Ops 1 Zombies, it just brings back that scary Zombies feeling. Whereas the newer Zombies, they kind of don't really bring back that horror element, but Black Ops 1 Zombies theme, it really does make you feel that scary atmosphere and stuff. Next up, we have 115, which is yet again another classic zombie song. 115 is the only reason why I play Kino the Toten, just so I can activate all the asteroids in the map and listen to this song, because it's just such a goddamn good song. It's probably one of the most iconic Zombies songs due to the fact it's on one of the most iconic Zombies maps, Kino the Toten, and everyone's probably found the Easter egg by now or probably know how to do it. But yeah, overall it is an actual really good song. Alright, next up we have Won't Back Down from 5, and honestly I actually never knew this existed. I didn't know you could actually play this song on 5. In case you don't know, this song is from Eminem, and yeah, it's actually quite an okay song. Doesn't really fit with zombies very well, but it is a good song to listen to when you're shooting zombies on round 30. And it is a quite good motivational song, so I suppose it fits well with zombies. Next up we have Abracadabra. And yeah, I can't really say anything else more than this song is just iconic. Like literally everyone pretty much knows this song. Ask any Zombies community fan and they'll probably say Abracadabra. It is actually a really good zombie song, one of the most iconic ones. And it really does bring you back to them good old zombies days. So there's nothing really much else to say, it's just a really good song. Next up we have Not Ready to Die from Avenged Sevenfold. This is for the map Call of the Dead. And it's actually quite a good song. I don't listen to this very often, but honestly, just watching that back now on YouTube, it is actually quite a good song. Got a nice beat to it, and it's quite catchy. Next up, we have Pareidolia, or however he's supposed to say it, and yeah, this is a really good song. Like, this is honestly one of my favourite Black Ops 1 zombie songs. Just so catchy, and the overall lyrics and vocals are just so good. It adds just many hours of listening, and you never get bored of the song because it's just so damn good. Honestly, this is one of my favourite zombie songs, like I said before. I just love the intro to this song because it reminds me of Shangri-La Zombies. Next up on the list, we have Samantha's Lullaby, which is just loading screen music for Moon, and it's actually okay, to be honest. I quite like how it's a bit eerie as well, to represent on the moon, to represent that the map is on the moon, because I know when you're on the moon you can't really hear any sound, and I quite like how they've sort of interpreted that into the music. It looks actually quite decent. Coming up next is Coming Home, which is the Easter egg song for Moon. The lyrics aren't really my taste personally, but it does have a good mix of shouting and singing, so I suppose it's good for everyone. Although I don't really mind shouting, I know many people don't like it and it just instantly turns them off, so I mean, I quite like it. It's a good song, but I know many people probably won't. Next up on the list, we have Nightmare, and I've actually never listened to this song before, so I had to look this up on YouTube, but yeah, from first looks, I would say it's actually an okay song. Nothing too special, it's just, it sounds a bit like Avenged Sevenfold. Oh wait, it is, yeah. Oh, great, yeah, it is Avenged Sevenfold. I mean, it's not bad. I've only listened to it once or twice, so I don't really know if it'll be that great or not, but I'll give it a middle tier because it does at least have a good beat to it, although it is a little bit slow starting off, but it is still quite good. Next up we have 8-Bit Coming Home. I think that's for Dead Ops Arcade, I believe. And yeah, I'll give it a good background music tier. It's not bad, but it's just literally a remake of the already existing song put in an 8-bit version, so. And yet again we have 8-Bit Pareidolia. Speaking of arcade theme, this is another good background music kind of theme. I imagine this one's from Dead Ops Arcade, don't quote me on it because I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure it is. So, I mean, yeah, it's just like Coming Home 8-bit. It is just another good background music you can listen to. Next up, we have Redamned, and I actually never heard this one before, but looking at it on YouTube, yeah, it's just the same thing as the 8-bit versions. Literally, it's probably for Dead Ops Arcade, I assume. Right, next up, we have Black Ops 2 Damned, and I mean, I actually quite like the Black Ops 2 version. I think, honestly, this one's probably the best out of all of them, just because Black Ops 2 Damned has that horror element to it. Black Ops 2 Damned, it just feels a bit more apocalyptic, whereas Black Ops 1, it just didn't really feel like that. And as the Earth was blown up in Black Ops 2 Zombies, it really does fit well with the map's theme and overall the game's theme. And it is actually quite a good soundtrack, although it's nothing too special, so I'd only just give it the pretty damn good tier. Next up on the list, we have Carrion, and I would actually give this a pretty damn good tier. I haven't listened to the song very much, but from watching it on YouTube, it is actually quite a catchy song. I like how this song still keeps to its roots, just like how on the Black Ops 1 Abracadabra and Paradolia do it. I like how they still continue this theme in Black Ops 2. Alright, next up we have Carry On, and I couldn't find a music video for this on YouTube. I don't know if they actually meant Carrion, but misspelt it. But yeah, I'm going to just create a new section here, and I'm going to call it Could Not Find. So I'm going to put Carry On in Could Not Find section. Now, just because I put it here doesn't mean it's bad. I just couldn't find the song for it. I couldn't find the original song. I've never heard of Carry On before, so I don't know if this song even exists. I'm just going to put it in the Could Not Find tier. So it isn't a bad song, I just couldn't find it. Alright, next up we have I'ma Try It Out. And I don't know how the hell this even fits with zombies, but I mean it's an okay song, I guess. I actually just found out today this is actually a secret music Easter egg which you can find in Transit, which I honestly never knew about. I mean, honestly, I'm going to put it down a tier. It's good background music, but it doesn't really fit in with the theme of zombies, so as good as it is, it just doesn't really fit very well. Next up we have We All Fall Down, which is apparently the Die Rise theme song. I would honestly put this in the okay tier. I'm not a big fan of the vocals, honestly, but the overall song isn't that bad. Although I haven't listened to this song very much, so it might be one of them songs which I have to listen to actually like. But yeah, it is a good song. I'm not too set on the vocals, but it is still a decent song. Alright, next up we have Rusty Cage, which is actually the intro song for Mob of the Dead. And I would actually say this song is... I want to give it a pretty damn good, but I don't feel like it's as good as some of the stuff on there. So, I'll say it's pretty okay. It is quite a memorable song, as it does fit well with the map's theme and just creates that overall atmosphere. And it is actually quite a nice song. Next up we have Where Are We Going from Mob of the Dead, and yet again I'd say it's an okay tier. It's not my style of music, not really my taste, but yeah, it's still good. Like it fits well with the Mob of the Dead trailer, so I suppose it's an okay song. Alright, next up we have Always Running. This is the Buried song, and I would actually give this an okay tier. A bit slow starting off. Not my style of music, is a bit too melody and quiet. Like I said before, I prefer something a bit heavier with a beat, but I mean, it is not a bad song. It fits well with the map's theme, Buried. So I suppose you can't complain that much, but like I said before, it's just not my style. Next up we have Shepherd of Fire from Avenged Sevenfold, and honestly, this is one of my favourite Avenged Sevenfold music. Out of all of their music, this is my favourite song. Like, at first time I heard this in Origins, I just loved the song, and I've actually got this song saved on my Spotify playlist, Shepherd of Fire, and I do listen to this from time to time, and it is such a good song. And although I'm not a big fan of Origins, this song really does make up for it. Next up we have Ether, which is another Origins song, and yeah, this one doesn't have any vocals, but it's a good background music you can listen to. Me personally, I don't think this song really fits with the map's theme, but it is good for listening to for killing zombies on like round 30 with nice stuff, so I suppose you can't complain that much, to be honest. Coming up next is Archangel from Origins, and this is apparently the Easter egg song, and honestly I put this in A tier, pretty damn good. It is actually not a bad song. I don't listen to it that often, but when I do, it is really catchy and just can't help but listen to it to the end because it is actually a really catchy song. Next up on the list we have Black Ops 3 Zombies menu song, and yeah, I give this an okay tier. I mean, it's just damned but slightly reworked. I don't personally notice much of a difference. Don't really pay attention to it that much. It's just damned but like slightly remade. Next up on the list we have Snakes in Boots from Shadows of Evil, and honestly I'd say it's actually a pretty damn good song. Although jazz isn't really my style of music, it's still quite catchy and, you know, it sets the map's atmosphere very well. That's one of the things which Shadows of Evil does well. It really does set the atmosphere very well with the music and everything, because the map even has its own custom zombie perk jingles and stuff. So you can't really blame it. The music is quite good. Coming up next is Cold Hard Crash, which is yet again another song from Shadows of Evil, and I'd put it in okay tier. Not my kind of style of music, like I said before, but it's still an okay song. Not as good as Snakes in Boots. Doesn't really have that catch to it really for me, but it is still an okay song. Next up on the list we have Beauty of Annihilation remix from Darius Black Ops 3. And I mean, I want to give it a pretty damn good tier, but at the same time I think it's just okay, like average. I mean, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll give it pretty damn good. It is actually a good song. And I like how they've reworked it into like a new Zombies map. I think it fits well with the newer Darius very well. But me personally, I prefer the original Beauty of Annihilation from the original map. But yeah, this remix isn't too bad. Alright, finally, last but not least, we have Dead Again from Der Eisendrache, and this song is actually quite damn good. Not one of my favourites, as like I said before, I'm not a fan of the newer zombie songs, but it's still really good. Everything from the intro to just like the lyrics and the ending, it's just so good, and this song is definitely highly replayable at any time. Definitely one of them zombie songs which you can come back to. But anyway guys, this is where I'm going to end the video here. This took way longer than expected. I actually didn't know half of these songs existed, so I had to literally look on YouTube to find them. And yeah, I wish I could find the Carry On song here, but I just couldn't find any. I just couldn't find any YouTube video which actually had it. Maybe this one was a typo, I don't know. If you guys do know where this original song is from, then yeah, do let me know. But anyway, I am actually pretty exhausted after doing all of that. There's a lot of songs we had to go through. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.